Hello, my name is Earnest Hart. Welcome to my video tips on shoot boxing. In this segment, we're going to cover break falls, throws, and sweeps. Now, break falls are very important because if you don't know how to break your fall in a situation, you may hurt yourself. And when I mean hurt, I'm just talking about that little bit scratch or punch. I'm talking about really serious injuries. Most people, martial arts today, they learn how to kick and punch, but they don't know how to break a fall. If you've ever been in a fight before, you've ever fell down, you'll know that a lot of things can happen as far as hurting your elbows, your knees, or maybe your head. I'm going to give you a short example on how this can happen. Mark, would you come here, please? This is my assistant, Mark Stewart. If most people by habit tense up, when you fall, they just fall. They don't understand that when you fall and tense up, you can really hurt your body. What happens is, number one, you either hit the elbow, very slow, go down. Most people fall like that. If you fall real hard before your body hits, you hit your head. We don't want them to hurt his head, but I'm just gonna give you an example. You go head first, boom, head, concussion. You don't want that to happen. And another thing, your back. Most people fall down, they're tense, they fall and hit their back. What happens there, injuries can happen very easy. And number one thing you wanna do in any sport is practice safety, okay? That's very important because without it, there's no use you training. So before we say anything else, think about it first. Relax and you break falls and you learn them. Always be ready to learn because as you go along, you'll find out that it becomes easier and easier. Don't be frustrated if you don't do it right the first time. I'll see you in a few. This is called the backward break fall from the squatting position. And then from standing up position. Until you get used to the break fall, you want to start from a squatting position because you feel more comfortable. The main thing is to know how to use your arms when you're hitting the mat. This is called the side break fall. Again, starting from the squatting position. Notice how he's turning to one angle. Slapping that mat. Timing is important. Once you get used to it, you start standing up. This is called the front break fall. You start from a kneeling position. Notice how you slap your arms out in front of you and turn your head. If you're on the street and you had to fall forward, you want to turn your face so you won't hurt yourself. And once you get used to it, you start from a standing position, jump out, slap that mat. You don't want your body to touch, if all possible. Just your arms and your feet. This next one is called the forward somersault roll. Notice again how he's slapping the mat. You again would start this technique from a squatting position. Once you get used to it, stand up and do it. Notice how he's rolling off at one angle, to his left or either to his right. This is called the backward roll. Again, you're going down like a 45-degree angle, not actually going on your head or neck. You're going to one side or the other. Here are some of the break falls put together in the collage. Because there's so much throwing going on in shoot fighting, you have to be able to break your falls and feel comfortable about it. Side break falls. Forward roll. Backward roll. To the front and to the back. If you've ever seen good judo men and good jiu-jitsu men, they're like cats on the mat. This is to demonstrate how much height you can get. Once you learn how to do break falls, you overcome that fear of falling. Everything else comes easy in the throwing. Slapping that mat properly is so important. Now in this segment, we're going to cover throws. If you've got two opponents who have same natural ability, the one thing that's going to divide the two between one and the other is when you're getting close, throwing. Most fights start inside. And for shoot boxing, because it's a self-defense oriented sport, you have to be able to handle your opponent on the inside. Throwing gives you that advantage. There are a lot of martial artists out there today who found out the hard way that once you get inside and tie up and you get thrown, if you don't understand, number one, how to break the fall, which we covered before, and number two, the mechanics of a throw. Because there are so many different types of throws, it's very hard to know how to handle it once you hit the ground. So the best way is to stay out of it. But if you got that advantage to get the upper hand on the person to make that throw first, and you have a variety of throws, which we will show in this video, you will have that upper hand on the competition, plus on the street. The first throw here is called the major outer reap, well known in judo. Because it's so simple, probably one of the most known throws in martial arts. Trick two, when you step that leg forward, is to drive forward your body and reap that leg. It can be reaped if it's in the front or the back. This time it's in the back. You still can reach it. It's just a matter of you putting that forward leg out there far enough to get to it, put that shoulder behind it, and throw it. You start off first slow, get the technique, and once it becomes in your system and you begin to feel comfortable, you want to pick up the speed. Repetition is the key. This next technique is the hip throw. Again, a very popular technique in judo. After you block the blow, you pivot both feet, set them in, bend the knees. That's very important. Put your hip under the man's hips, but then take them down. Can't use power, you have to use technique. Step in, over the hip, down. Very devastating throw, if done correctly. The next throw is the one-arm shoulder throw. This technique is done by a shorter person against a taller person. The most important thing is first you have to secure the arm, get your hips under the technique, under his hips, straighten up and then twist. Most people try to do this with strength. That's not how you do it. You have to make sure that your feet are set properly. Bend down, lift up and over. You can always go down with your opponent if you want to on this throw. So then you can go right into the grappling. block, pivot, up and over. Dropping the knees, getting your hip under his hip, pulling him towards you, and twist. When done properly, it's a very devastating throw. Next one is called the headlock throw. It's similar in a lot of ways to the hip throw, but only you're grabbing around the neck, taking them over. This is a very safe technique. A lot of people like to use this and go down with their opponent, because they already got them in a choke then. Again, another very devastating throw. That's what makes shoot fighting so devastating. The throws. As you see, footwork is so important. Moving around, setting up the technique. Next technique comes from wrestling, a double leg takedown. Very popular. The trick to it is once you get both legs, grab them in the bend and take it down, lift up. It's hard for a man to keep his balance if you've got both those legs scooping out from under him. Once you grab the legs and take them down, you can go into leg locks or whatever else you want to do. Technique is good if a person tries to punch you to the head. They won't expect you to go low. The next technique is called a headlock circle throw. This is used when a man is shooting for your legs. You notice the left hand is wrapped around his neck, the right hand is wrapped under his arm, and then you take him over. You normally can choke him out in that position after you take him over. His momentum is going forward already, so that helps you a lot. next one is one of my all-time favorites, called a flying crab. My right leg goes to the front high. My left leg is behind in the bend of his knees. Creates a scissors effect. Sometimes you can grab a shoulder. Sometimes you don't have to. It's up to you how you feel comfortable. The next one is called a reverse crab throw. This time I'm stepping behind and twisting and going down. This is good if you're already close in on someone and you want to utilize that technique. Timing is very important again. You gotta have your legs positioned properly. One will be at the fold and one will be at about the hips. This is called the reverse arm drag. Very fast technique. Once you block, you go around, grab it the other way, and go down. Timing is very important with this, but once you have that arm, it's almost impossible for them to get out. So once you wrap that arm around there, drop right down, block, wrap, drop down. You can use an elbow, among many other things. Drop, spin, grab, take down. Very fast technique, very tricky. Wrap around, take down. That's another technique from the wrestling group. Next one is called rear body drop. Some people call it a suplex from wrestling. You get behind your man, lift him up, take him down. The trick to this technique is to bend at your knees and lift him up. Secure that waist with both hands, take down. This isn't a technique you want to do if the guy is a lot bigger than you are. But if he's your size, a little bigger, you can do it. Next technique is the reverse shoulder throw. But you're going down on one knee. You block, swing around, take down. As you drop on that knee, that's what makes it work. You reverse the arm, drop down, take down. It's a dragging effect. It's almost impossible for him to do anything about it but go. He has to go. Hook, block, reverse, down, and it takes one hand. I got it with one hand. Next one is called a double arm takedown. This can be used in case you're tying up with the guy and you want to set up a technique and it doesn't work, you want to go into a throw. You got both of those arms tied up, it's hard for him to do anything. Nose to foot position. Again, much like the hip throw. Next technique is the sweeping the front leg with your back leg. You're sweeping at the ankle and Achilles heel. I'm going to break his balance by grabbing the shoulder of the arm and then take him down. This is a very popular sweep in a lot of martial arts because it's so easy. Again, time is very important. This time you're using your front leg to sweep him down. You'll be sweeping again his front leg. You'll be hooking your arm up around his shoulder and sweeping him down. Something like the major auto reap we did before, but you're sweeping out instead of throwing. This time you're reaping the inside of the front leg. I'm using my rear leg to do this. It's a very, very devastating sweep. You block your technique, step in, reap. You want to reap in practice the lowest part of the ankle as you can. In self-defense, you can bring it up higher and hit the knee. Step to the outside, stepping over, reap. Taking them down with your arm at the same time. If for some reason it didn't cooperate with the sweep, you still got the arm bar. This time you're sweeping his front leg on the inside with your front leg. Same principle as the other one, but you're using the front leg now. Step to the outside, block, sweep. When they fall on their stomach like that, face forward, it's a better chance for you to retaliate and do whatever you have to do to take them out. This next one's called a winding reaping sweep. You're sweeping the back leg almost. Twisting, reap. Notice how I caught my balance right away. Got right back on my feet. Even if you lose your balance, if you know your break falls properly, you know how to regain it right away. Block, turn around, sweep. The thing is about his momentum is already taking him that way. Another good way to use it is in case you try to throw a hip throw or something, you can't get that, you go over to that reap. You're still in the same position with your body turned. Let's go the inside reaping sweep. Block, hit. You're pushing the upper part of the body, and at the same time you're hooking the leg, taking it forward. This is another good throw, or I should say sweep, that's good for self-defense. Going right into a leg lock. The next one's called the fireman's carry. Another wrestling technique. It's also well known in judo. When done properly, it's very easy. It's not as hard as it looks. You can take a big man over real fast. Again, it's all in the legs. How you bend your legs at the knees. Block, go under, lift up, over. His momentum is already taking him over. Lift at the knees, over. Make sure when you are practicing this technique, have someone who knows how to use the break falls properly. And this is called the headlock to body drop. When Block get in the headlock, lock his legs, take him down. You can take a fight right out of the man. It's kind of hard to break your fall in this type of deal also. When you go down with them like that, it takes even a lot more out of them. It's a reverse body drop. Just lock, going to grab, spin. The momentum is already going forward. Not as hard as it looks. Lock, under, spin, take down. You gotta make sure you grab that neck when you do that. The next one is a reaping leg sweep off of a roundhouse kick. Notice how you're stepping away from the technique. Step away, put the leg out there, and turn. You're going away from the power. Going away from the power, putting that leg behind the supporting leg. That's important. If you don't do that, he's not going to go down. Block, step, take down. Put your opponent in a vulnerable position. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed this tape on break falls, throws, and sweeps. Now, in conclusion, I want to tell you a few things to remember. Learn a few techniques at a time, okay? Take one at a time. You're not going to learn all of them. Take the ones that feel the best for you, because it's all right to have only a few good techniques and a lot of techniques and not having them perfected. That's very important. To learn these techniques properly, you and your partner have to practice safety. That means learn the break falls. That's very important. Don't even try the throws unless you do the break falls, because without it, someone may get hurt. We don't want that. Number two, once you do start working on the break falls, start slowly. Slow, and then pick up the speed and the pace as you get more perfected with the technique. Also, you gotta have a mat, okay? In the olden days, we didn't even have mats, but look, I'm happy to say that without the mats, if I didn't get them soon, I would not be where I'm at now. So have your mats. Practice safety. Don't try to kill each other in the process. And you know that if you can do a throw or a sweep, you got an advantage on the man who cannot throw a sweep. And on top of that, it's going to take a psych out of him, and you got the fight already won if you just throw him on the ground, because most people don't know how to break their falls. So I want you to practice, have a safe time, and I'll see you in the next video.